Imagine waking up one day and feeling your own mind slipping away. Your memories become distorted, the people around you start looking like enemies, reality itself begins to break apart. Then, you wake up surrounded by bodies with no idea of how it happened. Would you be a criminal, or would you be a victim? In Night City, there isn't much of a difference. Today, we're answering one of Cyberpunk's biggest moral questions. Is cyberpsychosis really a crime? If you've played Cyberpunk 2077, you've probably received dozens of calls from Regina Jones. She asked you to investigate reports of cyberpsychos across Watson. At first, these missions seem simple. Track the target, neutralize them, collect the evidence, move on. But Regina's goal isn't actually to kill them. In fact, she specifically asked for you to keep them alive whenever possible. Why? Because she's trying to answer a question that almost nobody else in Night City cares about. What actually causes cyberpsychosis? Can these people be treated, or are they simply violent criminals beyond saving? However, the more evidence you collect, the less clear the answer becomes. Most people think cyberpsychosis happens because someone installs too much Chrome. This is true, but it's only part of the story. According to Cyberpunk's law, cyberware alone doesn't automatically make someone lose their mind. Instead, cyberpsychosis is usually the result of several factors stacking together. Extreme trauma, PTSD, violence, isolation, stress, corporate exploitation, and sometimes excessive cyberware pushing an already fragile mind beyond its limit. Night City doesn't exactly encourage healthy living. People work impossible hours, violence is everywhere, corporations treat workers like disposable tools, and therapy is super expensive. So the people at the very top can get medical care, but the people at the very bottom of the barrel don't get anything, really. In Night City, medical care is controlled by whoever can afford it. For many people, cyberware isn't a luxury, it's survival. Eventually, something has to snap.
You're degenerating rapidly. At this rate.
From the NCPD's perspective, the answer is obvious. Cyberpsychos are dangerous. Many of them kill civilians, destroy buildings, attack police officers, and leave entire streets covered in bodies. By the time Max Tech arrives, people are already dead. There's no time to ask questions. Their job isn't to investigate, it's to stop the threat before even more innocent people die. From that perspective, treating cyberpsychosis as a crime almost makes perfect sense. If someone is actively murdering people, the reason why probably isn't your first concern. Stopping them is. This is where things become complicated. If someone's brain is literally breaking down, can they still be held fully responsible for what they do? Think about a real-life scenario. There's medical conditions that completely change a person's behaviour. Certain brain injuries, severe psychotic episodes, advanced dementia. These aren't identical to cyberpsychosis, but they raise a similar question. If someone's mind is no longer functioning normally, how much control do they actually have? Should society punish them, or should it try to treat them? Night City almost never asks that question. It simply just sends MaxTac. David Martinez is probably the most famous example of a cyberpsycho. He knew the risks, everyone warned him, but at the same time, everyone also encouraged him to become stronger.
This is it. It's the end of the line for me. But not for you. Fast is what you do best, ain't it? Just keep running.
His friends relied on him, his enemies forced him to fight, Arasaka wanted to use him, the city rewarded power and punished weakness. Every new implant made survival easier, until it didn't. By the end of Edge Runners, David isn't just fighting Adam Smasher, he's fighting his own mind. So was David choosing violence, or was Night City slowly making that choice for him? Then there's Adam Smasher. Ironically, one of the most heavily augmented people alive isn't really considered a cyberpsycho. Why? Because Smasher remains completely aware of what he's doing. He enjoys killing, causing fear, and he's fully conscious of his decisions.
You have a San Devistan?
A rudimentary implant.
I'm the one you're after, ain't I?
All the same meat to me. I'll slaughter each and every one of you.
Not unless I zero your ass first!
This creates an interesting contradiction. Many cyberpsychos lose control. Adam Smasher never does. He's simply evil by choice. In some ways, the man who looks the least human may actually have more control over his actions than the people who call him a monster. This brings us back to Regina Jones. She never wanted V to simply eliminate cyberpsychos. She wanted answers. Throughout her investigations, she finds evidence that many victims weren't naturally violent people. Some were veterans, some were overworked employees, some suffered unimaginable trauma, and others were pushed beyond their mental limits by corporations that profited from every implant they bought. To Regina, these people aren't just criminals, They're patients, victims of a city that only values them when they're useful. Relating to this topic, something that's quite crazy is that MaxTac literally uses ex-cyberpsychos to hunt down other cyberpsychos. Night City doesn't even try to fix the problem, they just turn the victims into the solution, linking back to how, no matter what, you're going to be used.
Check it out, V. Shit's going down.
Get the hell! Fucking shoot!
You look like your average bust.
These ain't your average badges. That's MaxTac. NCPD's apex predators. MTAC rolls in when things fly out of hand. Gonks out there, though. Just a midday snack for them. Well, show's over. Poor bastards. But they had it coming.
So, is cyberpsychosis really a crime? Really, the answer just depends on who you ask. The NCPD sees murderers, MaxTac sees targets, corporations see failed investments, but Regina Jones sees people. People who were pushed too far by a city built on violence, greed, and endless upgrades. Maybe cyberpsychosis isn't just a tragedy of one person losing their mind. Maybe it's the inevitable consequence of a society that keeps replacing humanity with machinery, then acts surprised when people finally break. That's just my opinion though. What do you think? Is cyberpsychosis really a crime, or is it Night City the one that's truly guilty? Anyways, that's all. See ya.